If your gut bugs could text you, they'd probably say, hey, it's been a while, you're starving us and yourself to death. Please send help. And honestly, they'd be right. Because most people are accidentally starving their microbiome and then wondering why they're moody and sick, bloated all the time, and can't lose weight no matter what they do. And here's the part no one tells you. If you don't start feeding your gut and fixing your microbiome, your symptoms won't just hang around, they'll actually get worse. And I'm talking about chronic fatigue, inflammation, food intolerances, hormone chaos, autoimmune flare-ups, and even mental health issues. Because when your gut breaks down, so does everything else. So, today I'm giving you the brutal, honest truth about what's wrecking your gut health and how to fix it for good. This isn't about another cleanse or magic powder, because let's be real, that might help for a week, but if you really want lasting results, real health, real happiness, there is only one path, and it's up to you to walk it. But here's the thing, it's not about sacrifice. It's about learning how to eat and live in a way that helps your gut ecosystem thrive, bit by bit. And yes, it's a lifestyle you can actually enjoy. Because humans have lived this way before for millennia, we modern humans just lost the wisdom of what to eat. And I'm here to show you how it can be done. Deliciously, joyfully, and in a way that works with real life. Stick around to the end to learn what the best approach for building your microbiome. And if you're ready to walk with me towards a happier, healthier gut, let's go. Hi, I'm Leilani. I'm a clinical nutritionist and chef, and I study ancient cultures to learn how they fed their gut and supported their health, and then adapted that wisdom to the modern busy life. So subscribe, ring that bell so you get my weekly gut health videos and cooking classes. Okay, the number one problem I see with clients, they're not feeding their gut and their microbes are dying. So now they hit their 40s and suddenly the symptoms start piling up. Every year it gets worse. There's more bloating, more food intolerances, more fatigue, more inflammation, and more pain. And so what do most people do? They restrict even further, cutting out more foods. But what they don't realize, that by banning so many foods, they're actually starving off entire gut species. Microbes with vital jobs like breaking down fiber, protecting your gut lining, and keeping the whole digestive engine from stalling. Now, every meal feels like a battlefield in the body because you've wiped out the gut army that was meant to protect you. Now, if you want a deeper science on what your microbiome actually does, check out my full Gut Health Essentials talk. Actually, I'll put the card right here. So let's get one thing straight. Your gut is a living ecosystem, a whole city of microbes, and each species has a job. You've got cleaners taking out the trash, teachers training your immune system, construction crew patching up your gut lining and wall, translators literally messaging your brain through the vagus nerve. But if you don't feed them, they die forever. Now, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but when species are gone, they're gone for good. And there's long-term restriction diets can make it worse. And even if you're popping probiotics or able to do some expensive microbiome transfer, if you don't feed those bugs, they die too. Like everything else in this universe, it's not rocket science. Here's the kicker. The exact species you've lost might be the ones that used to help you digest dairy or calm your immune system or make you feel good, like serotonin. So if you've ever said, hey, cheese used to be fine, but now it wrecks me, that's your microbiome waving a white flag and saying, we're out, good luck without us. Tell me in the comments what foods you used to tolerate but now are struggling with. Nowadays, modern diets are good gut bug kryptonite. Food has changed in every possible way. They've stripped out the good stuff, added the bad, skipped the traditional prep methods that make plants and grains digestible in the first place. Now, even healthy foods can be hitting your gut like a digestive bomb. And there's no really sweet way to say this. It's up to you to learn how to make better choices. Because food companies, they don't care. Their sales are booming while our health's deteriorating. And guess who profits? Food and pharmaceutical companies. So never trust the front of a food label. And if you want to learn to read the fine print, I have tons of YouTube cooking classes where I break down exactly how to read a label properly so you can protect yourself and your family from so many gut-wrecking ingredients. We live in a world overflowing with choices, but it's also a world full of ultra-processed food that has been stripped of goodness. That means empty calories, no real fiber, so nothing to fuel your gut microbiome, which fuels your entire body. Low carb fads, no prebiotic fuel. Juice cleansers, they're just sugar bombs that feed the wrong gut bugs. The ones that trigger cravings and bloating and candida flare-ups. If you want to know which foods are secretly loaded with sugar and how to swap them, watch my talk on hidden sugars. I show you the worst offenders and the best alternatives. Here's the truth. Your gut bugs don't thrive on protein bars or weird health snacks from Instagram. They've evolved with humans since the beginning of time. They eat what we used to eat: prebiotic fiber, resistant starch, fermented foods. One of the best sources of food for your good gut bugs is legumes and beans. That's why I bang on about them all the time in my cooking classes. And even the best pasta and noodle swaps that are loaded with these beneficial fibers. So you can check that talk out here. Because if your plate looks beige and lifeless, guess what? So will your gut. And restrictive dieting for too long, it might help your symptoms short term, but it's basically a slow motion eviction notice for your gut bugs. You'll pay the price with low energy, mood swings, inflammation, and a confused immune system. But there is good news. I'm all about good news. There are so many gut-loving foods that actually taste great. I promise you don't have to give up your favorite meals. You just need to learn how to adapt them. If it all feels a bit overwhelming, that's exactly why I've created my step-by-step gut health course for busy people. And I walk you through what to remove short-term, what to reintroduce and when, and how to build your gut so it can handle the real world, including stress, travel, treats, and everything in between. Plus, you'll get a full menu plan, cooking classes, and a shopping list of gut-loving meals. You'll actually look forward to eating. Okay, let's move on to the next major gut health killer. You're actually killing them with chemicals every single day. Even if you are eating the right foods, the modern world's making it harder to rebuild your gut. With a daily hit of pesticides on produce, chlorine in tap water, plastics leaching into your food every day, these act like bug spray in your belly. You're trying to build a thriving microbiome city, but the chemicals are dropping bombs on it every day. It's like trying to grow a veggie patch while someone is spraying weed killer over it every morning. So no wonder we're seeing gut health issues linked to autoimmune conditions, allergies, mental health, so much fatigue. And there are so many simple ways to slash that toxic load. Start with some of the big wins. Buy local, seasonal produce, ideally from farmers markets. Peel off the skin from supermarket vegetables. Invest in a solid water filter. Your gut bugs will thank you. I've got a full talk coming soon on how to cut exposure without blowing your budget. Why does it matter? Because your gut isn't just part of your body, it runs your whole body. You're the puppet and your microbes are the masters pulling the string. your mood, your immunity, your weight, and your energy. Even your cravings. They're calling the shots, so protect them like they're royalty. So what does the gut control? Basically everything. Your gut isn't just about bloating or pooping, it's your body's control center. Because your microbiome contains over 99% of the genetic material in your body. That means less than 1% of your total genes are actually human. Plus, immunity, well, 70% of it lives in your gut. The brain chemicals, up to 90% of serotonin is made there. Detox, gut's where it's at. It all gets processed. Skin, weight, sleep, cravings, all gut driven. And the scary bit, once they're gone, the wrong bugs take over. And they don't just sit there, they quietly run the show. They hijack your cravings. Who's addicted to sugar here? I know I used to be. They inflame your brain, mess with your hormones, and leave your immune system really in a state of confusion and inflammation. If your gut is off, nothing else will work properly, and no supplement, no pill, no green juice can fix a wrecked microbiome. If your gut is out of balance, the only way back is through the food you eat and the habits that you keep. That's where I come in. If you want real doable gut health tips every week, join my free Gut Love Club. It's packed with cheat sheets, food swaps, zero fluff advice to get your gut and life back on track. Grab the link below and come and join my gut health party. So what actually works? And yes, it can be enjoyable. Good gut health doesn't need to be a boring salad or a strict protocol. You can eat real food, delicious food, as long as you feed your inner zoo and live like the ancient cultures do. Here's the good news. You can turn your gut around with a few simple science-backed habits that feed your microbiome. 1. Prebiotic power. Load up on gut-loving staples like beans, onions, garlic, oats, even cooked and cooled potatoes. Aim for 30 plus plants a week. Variety is the real magic. You don't need to go full plant-based, but just eat a rainbow of colors. 3. Fermented magic. Sauerkraut, kefir, miso, yogurt. Check out my new talk on ancient fermented drinks you can make at home. Filter water because your microbes don't love chlorine and heavy metals. Ditch the plastics and hidden chemicals, especially in food storage and even in beauty products. Reduce your chemical load, so shop local, eat seasonal, peel non-organic skins where needed. If you want the how, not just the what, my cooking classes show you how to bring these microbiome boosting foods into your everyday meals. And if you're someone who reacts to foods with bloating or breakouts, fatigue, that's really a sign to dig deeper. My gut health course walks you through food reactions, intolerances, chemical load, testing options, and gives you a complete microbiome friendly meal plan with recipes and video lessons. It's all laid out step by step, so it's not as hard as it sounds. So are you feeding your good gut bugs or are you ghosting them? And if you've been feeling bloated, tired, craving sugar, or getting sick more often, it's time to stop guessing and start rebuilding. You know now what to do. See you in the next video. Till then, love your guts.